we are officially 1 week out of the update for the remote raid pass updates in Pokemon Go, and we officially have no communication, absolute zero, a big fat goose egg from Niantic in Pokemon Go. So what are we going to do here? What is going to be the strategy, and what could Pokemon Go look like without having adequate changes in Pokemon Go? We're going to check all that out right now. So welcome to the Trader Club. Here we go. So there has been a lot of talk, Hear Us Niantic, that has been going on in Pokemon Go about this update. There has been no official word from Pokemon Go or Niantic or anybody out there that is updating anything about the outcry from the community. So as of right now, there has been no changes. Let me know what you guys are doing for your remote raid passes. Are you using them? Are you going after the 5 per day? Are you skipping out on remote raids? And go forward from there. So for me personally, I am not really raiding as much, number one, because I'm not a big fan of the incarnate form of Landorus. I don't think it's the most effective Pokemon. I also don't think that it stacks up too well. So for that specific Pokemon, I'm just gonna go ahead and skip out on for the most part for that. However, when there does come a Pokemon out that is gonna be effective, what is gonna happen? Are they gonna raise the remote cap? Because at the end of the day, there's still 2 issues going on here. Number one, we are doubling the cost of raids. So that is quite crazy pretty much. Like, you doubled the cost of remote raids. So now I'm getting not as many. Number two, you're limiting the amount of remote raids. So that's another issue in itself. And there has been many outcries from many different communities, including some of the ones that are near and dear to my heart, which are disabled people. I really feel for the disabled people that are trying to play Pokemon Go. I just don't think it's a fair shot, you know, that some people cannot play. Another thing that I really feel for is the really busy people, such as the single moms, single dads, everybody out there that may be manning a family, a life, a business, and whatever that is, all by yourself, and you love Pokemon Go, but now you don't really have the time to play as much anymore, and you don't have those support from the global communities. I really feel for you. Also, I feel for the rural players out there that do not have too much to do in their town, that may have to drive many miles to be able to play Pokemon Go. And the likes, I think that it's just overall still not a great decision that has been made. So what would I suggest doing from this standpoint to be able to send messages out? For me personally, I would keep being vocal about it, number one. Number two, I would make sure to keep giving constructive, positive criticism on every single tweet that does go out. Don't say that, oh, this company sucks, you know, whatever it is. Just leave that out there. No threats to individual people, guys, please. But make sure that you guys are out there, putting your voice out there, being constructive, and doing consistent messages at the end of the day. That is going to make the most impact, because at some point, I feel like it's gotta break here. It's gotta break. And then furthermore, for me personally, there's a obvious relationship between Niantic as well as Pokemon Company. Obviously, they are in cohorts making this game. So for myself, if I was out there for you guys, obviously we like Pokemon Go. That's why you guys are here watching the videos. I would not be buying Pokemon cards. I would make that vocal. I would not be playing the main series games. I would not be buying plushies. I wouldn't be supporting Pokemon, because obviously there's interplay in here, right? So for me personally, that would be my suggestion, is not support Pokemon until this gets fixed. Because why are you gonna give money to an organization that has power within this specific instance and may have had some type of influence in this? We don't really know, but may have been some things that have gone on. I don't know exactly what's going on, but there is interplay because they are partners in this company. And at the end of the day, Pokemon Go is influenced, and last final say will be made by the Pokemon Company. So we don't know exactly who made this decision, but we do know what the result is, and then we're gonna have to get through somehow. And next, I wanna talk about what could be a good solution for this. And do I like the limitation of passes? I really don't. Do I use more than 5 passes every single day, even if I don't have a limit? No, I do not. So what I would suggest for an interim is that we get the remote raid limit as a weekly roll, meaning we can have the ability to use remote raid passes in a limitation, but you can save them throughout 7 days, and at 7 days, then they clear out and they redo. Every single time at Adventure Sync on Monday at 9 a.m., if you haven't used all your remote raid passes, then they're gonna reset. Because in that sense, if I don't wanna do raids on Monday and Tuesday, I can save up 15 and I can do them on Wednesday during raid hour. I think that would be pretty effective. I also think that maybe the cycle would be better served if they reset on Thursday morning at 9 a.m., because then you could save them all for Wednesday and do remote raids all around the globe. With this said, it would really help out with the situation to at least until we come to some type of solution here, if Niantic ever chooses to try to do this, that we would have an ability to be able to raid and choose when we want to raid in the meantime, which still doesn't get to the point of why are we doubling the cost of remote raids and limiting? That is like 2 for the price of 1 in the wrong direction here. So I just don't have an answer for that one there. So furthermore, what will be the landscape of Pokemon Go if they do not change this? Number one, you're gonna have to raid locally, which is totally cool. Number two, more than likely likely the amount of raids done are not going to be anywhere near what they were in the past. So what might that look like for you guys in Pokemon Go? There's not going to be as many shinies available to be able to do lucky trades with, which is a bummer. There's not going to be as many 100% IV legendaries out there, which is a bummer. There's not going to be as much XL candy to be gotten to be able to max out multiple of these legendaries as there was in the past. So it's going to put a massive damper on the amount of play that we're going to be able to use legendaries in Pokemon Go, including megas as well. And maybe that's part of some of their intention, is to start limiting these things. But why take so long to limit these things when it's been part of the game for such a long period of time? You could have slowly started peeling back this during COVID right away, or whatever it is, where it's like, okay, we had unlimited, now we're going to have 100 a week, then we'll roll back to 90 a week until we find that perfect medium where we can have that together. And furthermore, I want to just make sure that we're all heard, that we're all here together, we're all on the same page, we all feel the same emotions, we are all here together. And I know some of you guys watching this video may not agree that we need limitation lifted from remote raids. You may think that it doesn't encourage community, and while in-person communities may not be encouraged, it does flourish in-person communities from a global standpoint at some of these events. So there's so much going on and so much lack going on in the community when these remote raids are not happening that I feel it, I see it, I don't see the interactions, I see people not playing at Pokemon Go as much. All different types of Pokemon Go are affected by this decision. So what do we do here now? Do we go after started GBL so you can get to level 20 where you can have more legendary encounters? Because that's a free way to be able to get those legendaries. And maybe that is the answer for some of those people. Maybe that's the answer for you guys. Or maybe you just do some of your raids and then you save all those Pokemon and then you trade them each and every day to be able to optimize on XL candy, to be able to try to get more luckies, to be able to try to get more of these. But also furthermore, like looking at Pokemon Go's landscape right now, the way the raid system is set up is not optimized to be able to support non-remote raids at any facet. And oftentimes I'll be in Dana Point, I'll pull up my raid map and there'll be like one legendary raid coming in an hour. There might be one mega raid and there'll be like 2 1-star raids, and I can see 30 gyms in my vicinity. So it's like the whole structure of Pokemon Go seems to be revolved around remote raids to be able to help you get more of those raids. And while Campfire can help you find them, is it really helping people get out and about if you have to drive to different locations? Because that's not really helping people get out. That's no different than you sitting on the couch. Now you're just driving there. You're not actually getting out and walking. Yeah, you're leaving your home, but are you walking? Not really. So the way Pokemon Go has set this game up, which we're going to cover this in a different video, is not really optimized to be what they're saying it to be. So it doesn't even make too much sense. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Thank you guys for being here as always. To all my likers, comments, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody takes their support, subscription, participation to excellent. I'll see you guys out in the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.